So today we're going to learn about more world religions, and we're specifically going to look at these religions that are called monotheistic. So mono literally it means one, and so theistic that relates to God. So these religions are all similar because they all believe in one God. And so again, we are going to ask how these religions are related to empires. And so we're going to think about what are ways that empires use or adapt to religions. So, the first monotheistic religion that we're going to talk about is Zoroastrianism. And so, Zoroastrianism begins in the Persian Empire, and it's given credit with being the first monotheistic religion. And this was the official religion of the Persian Empire. The religion is named after its prophet Zoroaster. Their holy book is the Zenavesta. And so Zoroastrianism says that there is one supreme being, Ahura Mazda, who brought all things into being. And however, he is opposed to a darker spirit. And so Zoroastrianism says that humans have free will. They have the right to choose between right and wrong. And that humans have a greater role in the fight between good and evil. And so generally, the Persians, they are going to allow religious tolerance in their empire. And so they are going to allow the existence of the Abrahamic faiths of Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, primarily Judaism, because that's the time that it falls under. So here in this image, this is the Persian king basically allowing the Jews to keep their faith. And so a question to think about might be, how might religious tolerance be a good strategy for for keeping and maintaining an empire? I'll put this video in Blend for you to watch on your own time. The second monotheistic religion that we will focus on is Judaism. And so Judaism is what we would call an ethnic religion, especially this older form of Judaism, meaning that it's tied to an ethnicity. It's not like it exactly tries to go out and seek converts the way Christianity or maybe Buddhism might. And so Judaism is going to begin in Mesopotamia, in the Middle East, in the area of really where Israel is today. And so Judaism was founded by Abraham. And so Abraham is going to be the one who leads his family to Israel, the promised land, while promising to leave polytheism. And so polytheism is the worship of many gods. And so it's because they are faithful to one God, their God is going to protect them. Um, their holy book is the Torah, or the Hebrew Bible. And so they are going to believe that God has created this covenant or this contract, this promise with their people, and that God has given them 10 commandments that they must follow. And so that these 10 commandments are the basis for moral and ethical behavior. Again, the Torah is their holy book, also the Hebrew Bible. And so both Christianity and Islam, their first books are very, very, very similar, almost identical to this Hebrew Bible. And so I will put this video in Blend, and we can talk about this in a second. So it says, what groups of people, or how do groups of people explain the strengths of their gods? Why do the Israelites begin to worship only one God? And what religions come from these traditions? So, from Judaism, we have the three Abrahamic religions. You have Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. And so basically, they all start in the same area. They basically have all the components of the Torah. The Old Testament of the Bible is like the Torah. The Quran, the holy book of Islam, also has Bible stories, and it has the Old Testament books of the Torah. They all have prophets: Abraham, Moses, Jesus. So even Islam, Jesus is a prophet, Abraham is a prophet, Moses is a prophet. They all share the same holy place of Jerusalem. However, Mecca in Saudi Arabia is the holy site for Islam. Um, and so they share a lot of similar characteristics, even though it seems that today these three religions are often in conflict with each other. So the next religion is Christianity. And so Christianity is really going to hit its highlight whenever it is adopted as the official religion of the Roman Empire. And so it is going to begin with the birth of a Jewish person from Nazareth, Jesus. And so the Christians are going to believe that Jesus is the Messiah or the Savior who comes to establish God's kingdom on earth. So the holy book of Christianity is the Bible. And so, like I said, the Old Testament of the Bible is borrowed from the Torah of Judaism. And so the roots of Christianity are with Judaism. And so Jesus is going to appeal to the poor because he had a universal message that all people are welcome into the kingdom. And so really kind of unlike Judaism and more similar to Buddhism, people are going to be attracted to Christianity because it's going to say that anyone can be saved, and it's universal, and anybody can be forgiven. And so it kind of breaks away from this feeling of being an ethnic religion. And so Christianity is going to spread rapidly throughout the Roman Empire. And so eventually the Roman emperor himself is going to adopt Christianity as the official religion. And then it continues to spread and is even increased in the, in the amount that it is spread, because it now would have the support of the Roman Empire. And so in this map here, you can see how the three religions, Buddhism, Christianity, and Islam, all spread, and they really all spread along these very important trade routes. Again, so Christianity becomes the official religion of the Roman Empire, and then it has the might of this empire behind it to convert people. And so how did Constantine's conversion affect the spread of Christianity? You can see that by the time of Constantine, Christianity is spread well throughout Europe. It's spread throughout Greece. It's spread throughout the Middle East and North Africa. And then later it will even spread to the Americas. In this map, you'll see the spread of Buddhism along the Silk Road and Indian Ocean sea trade. And so the spread of Buddhism is really facilitated by Buddhist monks and Buddhist merchants, and they travel along these sea routes. They travel along to the islands of Indonesia. They travel throughout China. And so Buddhism continues to affect those parts of the world. And Islam is a third religion that is spread because of its interactions along these trade routes. So one of the major trade routes that Islam spreads on is this, I call it the sand road. And so it's a trade route that goes across the Sahara Desert. And what they trade there along that route, they trade gold, salt, and slaves. Another major trade route that facilitates the spread of Islam is the Indian Ocean trade out here. And so just like Buddhism spread here, Islam is going to spread throughout these islands, throughout Indonesia. And in fact, today, Indonesia is one of the places with the highest populations of Muslims. And so Islam is also, of course, going to spread along the Silk Road through Central Asia and into India and even into China. And so key here is that whenever you're trading, it's not only goods that spread, it's also ideas and other things. And so we'll look at how other things might spread along these trade routes a little bit later this year.